How Long Gone, very rare and special post-Black Friday Saturday recording. Them jeans, did you go crazy on Amazon yesterday, or are you kind of feeling okay?
I did not go crazy on Amazon. I did not buy anything yesterday except for food, and that's it.
You know what?
Food only. Yeah, Black Friday, I mean, I want you to finish, even though we've only been podcasting for 17 seconds. I want you to finish, but I feel like this year, Black Friday has sort of flipped into the darkness zone. It used to be kind of, yes, it's dark, but it's also saving. It's kind of fun, something to look forward to, but also, capitalism, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's just like full dark now.
I mean, I think it's always been kind of full dark for people to walk all over each other to get to a plasma TV at a suburban Best Buy, but I see what you mean.
Yeah, but I mean, we're kind of post that. Like that.
Well,
like
funny.
We've been watching videos of people fist fighting over flat screen TVs for what seems like 20 years now.
It does feel. I mean, I remember when that first started being a thing. You'd be like, "Holy shit, that guy just got hit in the head with a chair over a TV," and now it's not quite as extreme. But
can't these bitches just go to Fry's Electronics? They have great deals year round. Sorry, go ahead.
Don't you love a great deal? It's year round if you go to Fry's. I've been looking at that espresso machine for like 3 years, and I just can't pull the trigger because I don't really care. And Alex sent me a link yesterday to where it's on sale at Crate and Barrel. And then she goes, "Oh, wait a second. It's the same price on DoorDash." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She sent me, I could have gotten the Breville espresso machine delivered from DoorDash via Best Buy on Black Friday. That is too far.
So that means you're going to be at your apartment in Soho, and then a guy on a bicycle is going to come drop off. He's going to open up his backpack, and there's going to be an espresso machine inside of it. You're going to leave him no tip, and then we all go on our way.
That is what could have happened, yes.
5 stars, brother man.
That is what could have happened. Yeah, who needs a tip when I can give you 5 stars? But
I try that all the time, and it never works.
It seems people get upset. No, it was a fascinating revelation to me, though, because I didn't ever... I know you can get everything delivered now. I know that's how society works, but I'd never considered getting an espresso machine delivered, like you said, by a guy on an e-bike in New York City. But anything is possible in this land of dreams, as Alicia Keys said.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, I feel, and I'm sure you might relate to this. We're of that age of the aging millennial zone where we're the last generation of people that believe that certain administrative tasks should be completed on a laptop.
Yes.
Like buying airplane tickets or booking travel in general. Certain things you're like, this is a laptop thing, and then 20-year-olds and younger are going to do every single thing on their phone. And this sort of feels like it's in that same zone of like, we're going to look back one day and be like, you didn't order kitchen equipment on DoorDash?
No, I got a fridge. It's full size.
Okay,
it's a full
boomer.
Size, it's a full-size fridge. I don't know how he did it, but he got it here. He put it up the stairs. Yeah, okay, boomer to ordering appliances on DoorDash. But yeah, I didn't, but my point is I was able to resist.
You didn't get your Rocco fridge served to you and then sent to you on DoorDash already full of Las Yaras wines brought to you by Eric Warheim?
Well, luckily I was on the plane for most of the day, and the Wi-Fi was actually the best I've ever had on a Delta flight.
Wi-Fi lit.
But speaking of espresso, I learned something new that I shared with you and David Cho that I think is revelatory, and it's that I went up to go to the bathroom in Delta One, and one of the gay little flight attendants was sipping espresso with his pinky out, and I was like, "Y'all got espresso here?" And they were like, "Yeah." I'm like, "This motherfucker's having an espresso and I'm not," and they laughed at that, and that was funny. And then
did you call him a motherfucker? Did you call him diva? Did you call him queen?
I actually did. No, I actually did. I was like, "This motherfucker's having an espresso and I'm not." Like, we'll bring you on.
I like that we're in an age where it's nicer and better and more politically correct to call somebody a motherfucker than a diva.
So they bring me the espresso. It's actually pretty good after 5 cups of lukewarm coffee. And I just didn't know this was available on Delta flights. I'm sure it's only available on, longer hauls, but I was just something to note for those Delta heads out there, for those fellow million milers.
Yeah, that is
Order
nice.
your double espresso.
I wonder how long this has been available for, question one. And question two, did you see the espresso shot
No.
be created? You did not see the origin story of it.
I didn't see the pull. I'm sure they have the La Marzocco on the Alitalia plane.
I didn't
but
see the pull.
On the on the Delta flight, I assume it's probably Nespresso. I feel like it's pod level, but when you're, 30,000 feet in the air, it tastes like Cafe Integral. You know what I mean? Who's to say?
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, I'm just wondering because I flew last week, obviously, and then it was nice to see some cookbook brand granola.
Yes, I saw that.
Now that John and Vinny's has acquired cookbook to gut it out and ruin it,
I don't think they've gutted out and ruined. I think they actually saved it, and now that it's a business that could actually stay open and make money, is what it feels like.
Look, it saved it. They're able to stay open and make money, but my special little place has been ruined, and I have to make this about me, of course.
Is it actually any different when you go in there? I doubt it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it has nothing.
How?
I mean, I'm obviously joking. I mean, I think if you go to the Echo Park one, and I don't want to go too far on this tangent, it's way too hyper local. But if you go to the
don't worry, we're not going to the Echo Park one. But go ahead. Go ahead.
It's small enough where it kind of stays alive. You're able to have conversations with the shopkeepers. It seems like things are being replenished. Often.
You know who I don't want to talk to? You know who I don't want to talk to? Anyone that works at Cookbook in Echo Park. That's the number one person I don't want to talk to. Even if I have questions about the locality of these kiwis, I don't want to have one. I don't want to share a single comment.
If there's the Highland Park one or there's a Larchmont one, I don't want to talk to anyone in there. No offense. Obviously, how could you not take offense? But those places just seem like here is a collect. It's like when you see the videos of tourists going to North Korea and there's like cardboard cutouts of stores, products on the shelves. It kind of feels like here's a bunch of stuff that you could buy that no one's going to buy. Here's our $14 peanut butter with a hand-printed inkjet label sticker on it, and here's some strawberries that went bad 4 days ago, and it's all just like a museum to walk through. But I feel like the smaller original Echo Park one is still, doing business. We can talk
to our guests about that, because all of these pointless stores were her passion for at least 3 months. But the cookbook granola is that's a nice addition to a Delta in-flight. Nice. I mean, that's there's no downside there.
I had a strange thing that's never happened to me before on a Delta flight. We're heading home, JFK to LAX, coming off the tail end of our trip upstate to New York's lesbian stronghold, and our plane, we got the upgrade, so we were like, stoked to get the upgrade from JFK to LAX. It means something more than Denver to Santa Fe, you know what I mean? So I was feeling myself, and then we're all on our way to the airport, and our boarding pass changes from Delta 1 to First. Our plane has been downgraded because a better, cooler flight needed that airplane. And so we got switched to a smaller plane where there's no more Delta 1. It's the first class is like the real kind of janky it was new-ish, and it was, it was nice enough, but it was as low as first class could be. And there were all these people who were really upset that didn't realize that there was a switcheroo that obviously paid, $7,000 for a lay flat. And now they're getting sun chips.
I have to say,
I learned that this happened because Delta sent me $1,000 credit.
Oh, well then who cares? It's
because also, they offered me a lay flat, and then they did a take back.
Yeah, but I just don't think look. I like to take Delta 1, of course, but that flight ain't long enough to need a lay flat, especially if it's not red eye.
I agree.
Like, it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually matter. So that's a nice. $1,000 goes far. It'll get you half a flight. That's not bad at all.
No, $1,000. I can do 2 round trips to Japan right now. The yen's not doing well. Am I right, brother?
You can do 2 round trips to San Francisco right now. I think that's probably the best you're looking at. How was your Thanksgiving? Because I had a revelatory Thanksgiving, and I've unlocked a secret to the worst holiday known to man.
I think my Thanksgiving was the opposite of yours. I was family maxing, and you were whatever the opposite of that is. You were solo maxing.
Once again, I figured out how not to involve family in something that they're historically involved in. Love you, mom. Love you, mom. I know you're listening. But yeah, we went to Sunset Tower for a prefixed Thanksgiving that you could basically just get the regular menu there. So you don't have to eat disgusting dry turkey. You don't have to eat stuffing, cranberry sauce, all that nasty brown food that I saw on Instagram at your rich parents' house.
You can eat some of their other disgusting offerings.
And it was absolutely the best option I've ever. Unbelievable. Like it's very, very overpriced, but the band's playing, the lights are dark. It's a normal meal. You don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to talk to. It felt special.
Did they have the option to do a Thanksgiving plate?
Yeah.
But then you can also order a la carte from the regular menu. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's all you're still overpaying, but at least you can get a piece of salmon and a Caesar salad. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Like you're still.
So we'll get to the mains, and it'll be an ABC Thanksgiving plate with all the trimmings.
It was actually
a piece of salmon or maybe a steak or something.
It was almost the whole menu, though. That was what was cool about it. It was prefixed, but I ran into Cord Jefferson, who was there with his dad.
Oh,
he was like, "Oh yeah, bro, you don't do this. This is the secret." And his dad was amazed. His dad was very, very cool. And then we ran into Pia and Davide. Gabriella was there. There was a whole little corner, and I was like, "Damn, this is really." I thought I was a genius. Other people obviously have been on this for years. I'm playing catch up, but it was the best decision I've ever made. It cost, I would say, 40% more than it should have, but that's fine.
Okay, two top. You didn't drink. Did Alex drink a little bit? A little bubbles? What's going on?
She had one spicy skinny.
Okay. Yeah, I can't have dinner with you without something in my system. So one spicy skinny, dinner for two. What's that? What's the business platinum hitting?
We're touching 500. All said and done. 450 probably.
Were there any sort of
nope.
showcasey splashy ingredients? Any caviar supplement? Wagyu?
No, bro. That's the price of entry, baby. But you know what? Can you put a price on peace of mind, Jason? Can you put a price on not having to drive an hour and a half to sit at a table full of relatives that you don't really know? You know, I don't know.
You can put a price on it and it go for about $4.89, 13 cents.
You're like 49 was fine with me. I would have absolutely loved it because you guys went to Orange County to have Asian Tea Day, correct?
We did both. So we came straight for we landed, got home like midnight the night before, woke up, picked up the doggos, went straight to LB, had early Thanksgiving, like a nooner, and then went up to my brother's house in Echo Park for the Thanksgiving number 2. So, you know, Asian people have Thanksgiving for lunch, dinner. White people have Thanksgiving for dinner, but the dinner
what's the menu looking like though? Can we get some noodles and shit, or is it still traditional?
No, it was pretty traditional. We had some ribs, mashed potatoes, biscuits, gravy, but also
that sounds pretty ribs.
Yeah, ribs was hitting, and then there was there's a white people charcuterie. You know, not the only mixed race couple in the family, but then we got a little.
You don't say in Orange County.
There's a heaping helping of a big tray full of egg rolls.
Now we're talking. See, I could have found there was something for me.
There was an Asian duck dish, a braised duck.
This sounds pretty good. This sounds like a kind of best case, to be honest, because I think that like
it was really good.
Bringing some Asian flavors into the disgusting, kind of holiday food is a nice change. Because I just something I've never experienced.
It was a nice change. It was like a hybrid fusion style cuisine that I really liked. Went up to my brother's house, and I took a page out of your book. I was an absentee family member on the East Coast. I was unable to show up and make some Allison Roman braised turkey legs. Had no time, so did the Gold Belly order.
Let's go.
Joe's stone crab claws overnighted to his house. So
how was it? How did it end up?
We did a feast of the two fishes. There was no turkey. We did a little gluten-free stuffing. There's some nice sunny tahini dip with some crudité. A little salad, a little sausage, and then there was a grilled branzino.
Oh,
and then the stone crab claws. It was a nice little kind of fishy, mixy thing. A little gluten-free pumpkin pie at the end. It was great.
How did the claws travel?
Claws traveled quite well.
I'm not surprised. I guess I'm not surprised. That makes sense. But that's a Gold Belly. I'm telling you, Gold Belly is brilliant for cases like this. Like there's nothing better than showing up with the real thing. Mm-hmm. Going to get those crab claws from Santa Monica Seafood, that just feels fake.
Yeah. I don't want Pacific crab, you fucking idiot. I actually respect the insides of my body. But I was feeling crabby. I was reminiscent of Miami. We're going to be going to Miami December 4th at the Edition Miami basement at the club downstairs. How Long Gone and Silencio live. DJ Them Jeans and Dizza come through. We posted the flyer on our Instagram. So just RSVP, pull up. It's going to be just DJing in the club. Looking forward to it. But I can't go to Miami without hitting Joe's Stone Crap. So in case we didn't have time, I brought the Stone to me.
You brought the
Gold Belly, the Gold Belly mixed with the Sunset Tower Thanksgiving dinner. It's really kind of feeling divorced dad energy that is kind of hot, and I like. It's a pair of pants that feel good. You know what I mean?
Super hot. I haven't shaved in a while, and Pia thought I think due to the dark lighting, Pia thought I had a goatee, which was concerning. So I did have to get her eyes checked kind of in the parking lot just to make sure everything was good with her before she drove home with, 2 kids, her mother, I don't know which old car it could break down. The steering wheel could go out. You never know what's going on with those.
Davide, I think he said after the rebrand, we got to sell all the Jaguars. He's too gay.
Get rid. Oh man, that's funny. We also went before Thanksgiving. We went to Lauren and Dan's house where Dan cooked some Allison Roman dishes. Actually, a delicious like squash thing that I really liked. From Dome was on the 1s and 2s. And who else? Well, Stevie was there.
Dope Friendsgiving.
No, it was a dope ass Friendsgiving. It only took me 55 minutes to get there. But otherwise. Nothing like hitting Eagle Rock at 6 p.m.
Oh, by the way, speaking of driving your car an hour and then driving an hour back home, thank you so much for getting the car washed. I drove it yesterday, and it was great, and gassed it up, too. That's really sick of you. Registration expires next month. Just want to put that on your table. We'll sort it out when you're in LA. Don't worry. I don't even want you to think about it right now. And also a quick shout-out, friend of the pod, George finally did the apple dance, and all is well in the world.
George doing the apple dance really warmed my heart. I'm not kidding, because the first videos I saw were some of Alex's coworkers, former coworkers from Essence, and I was like, oh damn, these will get. And then I was like, oh, this is like a big. I didn't realize it was on the big screen until it like went viral. It's
on the big screen,
but it was beautiful to see. I've seen a lot of great tweets about him moving like a scarecrow, which is something that men have been trying to do for years, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we can ask our guests about this, but I don't know if, ladies, do you want your man to be good at the apple dance? You know what I mean? And more. Our guest today, Emily Sundberg. She's been on the show before. This is round 2. She does a very popular newsletter on Substack called Feed Me. It was her 2-year anniversary, and we're not going to get into that at all. Let's give her a ring.
Hi.
This looks like a storage space. Can you bench that weight that's on there? Because it looks pretty light.
Sure can't.
No,
that's that's my fiance's dad's. This is their studio.
Oh wait, did you get it? Did you? Is it? Are we breaking news here on How Long Gone that you got engaged?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry to all these Harvard grads with hella stock options. She's off the market.
Yeah.
Let me get a good look at this ring. What do we got?
Yeah. What startup does he work at? How many stocks did he get? What kind of evaluation are we looking at?
Yeah, he did well. He did really well.
Okay, what do you think that your ring is too big?
No, it's just right. It's perfect.
Can you tell me how many carats it has?
I think it's 2, which isn't that crazy. Like, apparently that's standard.
That's not 2. It's not 2, honey.
That is not.
I could land a fucking helicopter on your ring. That is not 2 carats.
He went to the Diamond District and worked with, like exactly who you'd want in the Diamond District.
I understand.
Like,
I understand.
Israeli guy from Long Island, and I'm being quoted too.
I understand that your fiance is Jewish. I just don't. I don't. It doesn't.
Yeah, we're not debating where you got it. I'm not debating the quality. I'm just saying. I'm from Orange County, but I don't come from money, so I've seen a lot of Newport moms with rings of that size. I'm saying I'm proud of you. Go off, girl.
I think it's a bit of I'm going to talk you through it. It's a bit of an optical illusion because it's surrounded by something by smaller, but this guy in the middle, that's 2.
Smells like broken.
Yeah, it's surrounded by smaller, so it's like it's more like 3 when you count all the smaller.
Something like that. But
it's a ring for you to grow into.
You got to be careful.
You're so young.
because you got ops. These people will take it off Substack and they'll come find your ass. You better. I hope you have a security guard.
So now that the size of your ring has been revealed, are you going to switch to free?
No. Yeah, I'm building something. I got to keep that.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I love an empowered woman. We love your success, and you should never dual income household only leads to better things.
Totally. Yeah.
It only leads to better things. So when did the question get popped? Over Thanksgiving, America's worst holiday?
The day before.
What is that day is called, like something Wednesday, Turnt Wednesday?
The biggest party night of the year.
Yeah, I saw that this year, Blackout Wednesday. That was a term.
Blackout Wednesday.
But that was the first time I saw that being like explicitly used. Like I kind of just thought it was like the night that you go to your hometown bars, and then we have this new term.
Yeah, the day before Thanksgiving, famously known as the highest bar sales night of the year, is the day before Thanksgiving. But now it is Blackout Wednesday. And so your fiance got blacked out and then dropped to one knee. Is that what happened?
We were picking up our laundry, and he kind of did it outside of the laundromat. It was very sweet.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
All right, so on the streets of Brooklyn Heights, Cobble Hill, Fort Greene, I can't even imagine.
South Slope.
South Slope, a place I've never been. He got down on one knee.
He found a piece of the
laundromat.
sidewalk that didn't have dog shit on it, and then he dropped to one knee.
He found it. He found a piece of the sidewalk in sunlight because he wanted God to be witnessing the moment.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
did he have a paparazzi-style photographer hiding out across the street in a
No
local
way.
bodega?
No way. We asked like an old Chinese guy from the nursing home, like, can you take a photo of us? And he was like, no, thank you. And he kept walking. It was really funny.
I love you like crying with a ring on, this guy being like, oh no,
He's like,
this
no,
white bitch is
no
crazy.
thanks.
Leave this
He was
alone.
like 100 years old.
That's a good story. I'm happy for you. That's honestly, it's a really sweet story.
I'm really excited. And you guys are both married, so you know how great it
Yeah,
is,
it's
right?
great. Yeah, it's great. Hopefully you make it there. The planning process can be arduous, and you're a strong personality. I'm sure he is as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about it before you argue.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little overwhelmed, but I think it'll be okay. I've been planning more and more events this year, so I think,
Well, you're going to hire a wedding planner like an adult.
Yeah,
And
right?
you're going to give them.
I don't know.
There's no absolute reason.
Emily has a background in experiential marketing. She's
know what I
already
don't
basically
have?
halfway there.
I don't really have time to plan a wedding, so I think a planner might help.
Okay, diva. We have to remember our personal life is just as important as our newsletter.
She doesn't. She literally does not have time. It is true.
No time.
Well, that's what I mean. But wedding planners, I mean, unless you're trying to do something really extravagant, are pretty reasonably affordable for what they offer.
Yeah, I was thinking of like giving Sue Chan a call, something.
Sue Chan won't do it, but she will know who should.
She'll know who should.
She'll do it if you add enough zeros.
Yeah, if you pay
Shout
enough.
out
If
to Sue, we love you.
The Sue Chan brand adds a couple zeros to the end of the services.
Yeah, I feel like they'll have some people in their database. I was looking at their website. It's like a full database now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sue's the one. I mean, if I was going to do anything like that, I would call her. But
do you think it's important to build a database that's available to the public?
I mean, like Michael Bloomberg, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, just like Michael Bloomberg.
I don't know. You said the word database more than once, so I was wondering
Because
you're thinking about databases right now.
Yeah, I'm always sort of thinking about that sort of thing. Yeah.
My database is in my cell phone, and that's mine. I ain't selling that to these fucking losers.
You're so right.
Gatekeep it.
I mean, it's been interesting. Like over the past few weeks, I've been doing some press around my rebrand and my 2-year anniversary. And that, like, a huge question is just like, where do you get your stories? And that's the answer. It's like, have a good Rolodex, have some good group texts, which I feel like you guys are iffy about group texts. But
no, I have 2.
Yeah.
And that's all I need.
Yeah.
I prefer a one-on-one text personally. I just feel like that's
as long as the group text is manicured and maintained, and it's not just like 80 people screaming into the void. I think it's an amazing source.
Yeah.
It's great to have a third party sometimes.
I've never gotten invited to one of those. Maybe because I don't like fantasy sports. I've never been invited to like an 80-man group chat. Like I don't understand the purpose of that.
yeah, the fantasy sports.
Bachelorette Party 2021.
Yeah, and then you get stuck
still
in them
going.
after the bachelor and bachelorette parties. Yeah.
I bet you've been to a lot of bachelorette parties.
I've been to a total of 1.
What?
It was
Really?
my sister's.
Where'd you guys go?
we did the spa at the Greenwich Hotel at Shibui Spa, and then we went to Ultra Paradiso, and then we stayed at the Greenwich Hotel.
This doesn't count. This is a New York bachelorette.
No, it was like
that doesn't
small.
count.
It was exactly what you wanted. It was a very little.
This is a Wednesday, bro.
That's another day. I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, that's another day.
Yeah, I haven't been invited to any of like the party ones, but I think that they're about to start.
I guess that's true. You are younger. Yeah, it's going to start. You're going to have to go to Miami. You're going to have to go to Vegas. You might have to go to Charleston or Nashville.
Yeah.
I could really see you fitting in on one of those pedal bars, where you're kind of all sitting at the bar on the back of the bike.
That's random.
Going through Nashville.
Those look so brutal.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And they also are allowed to blare music, much like the pedicab drivers in Times Square, which is one of my biggest pet peeves.
For the first time, I was on a train yesterday from the city to Connecticut, and somebody was playing their music on their iPhone out loud, which I find
very cool.
Such like a version of noise pollution. That's like
which
super frustrating.
Which Bad Bunny song was it? Or was
I don't remember what it was, but then the conductor said if you don't have headphones, you can't do that. Like you're gonna need to put some headphones.
Oh, really?
In.
Somebody stood up.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid to scold a fellow person because I think it's going to devolve quickly into some sort of fight.
Totally.
Because that's my personality.
But conductors have a lot of confidence. Yeah.
You just have to shoot him a look that says
trained conductors, yeah.
For shame. That's all you can do. Unless you're a conductor.
It's oddly so pervasive now. I feel like people are empowered. I feel like it's become so normalized that people don't even think about it anymore.
Like sweatpants on the airplane. Have you seen this, guys?
It's crazy.
I was on a train the other day and there's a guy on the subway. Have you ever heard like the emo covers of like Adele? Like the like screamo covers of like pop songs?
Yeah.
He was playing that.
Wait, hold on. No, this sounds sick. Can you send me a link?
I'll find it. There was like it's sort of like Kids Bop but screamo. Like I'll send you guys some, but I kind of like those.
I want to hear Adele in the style of Armor for Sleep. That's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need.
And he was playing that, and I thought it was funny, but everyone in the train really hated it.
You got to be in the mood for that type of thing.
Yeah,
that type of awful music.
Yeah, you really got to be. You really got to be in the mood for that.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at your newsletter a while ago when you were originally scheduled to be on. Sorry for bumping, and thank you for rescheduling.
I'm glad.
But I had one question on there that was pulled from one of your recent newsletter headlines. And it said how to order a drink like a social media manager. And I wanted to ask if that is a thing that people would want to ever do.
That was specific. I'm guessing you didn't read it because that was on my election day newsletter. And the point was go out and get fucked up tonight, which is what social media managers should have been doing on election night, as opposed to being forced to like post through the election as if they could actually create a strategy. My friend Rachel Carton, who writes a newsletter about social media, was saying like, go out, let your social media managers go drink tonight instead of having to post. And
right.
But can somebody order a drink like a social media manager? I feel like that is the hardest.
Do they
job
like
in the
put their
world.
order in drafts?
You wave your hand with your phone in your hand when you're getting the attention of the
like
bartender?
at the concerts, like at the concerts when
Yeah, you
you
put
like
your phone
request
over
a
your
song
head.
from the DJ.
Diplo, fuck me. Diplo, fuck me. Diplo, fuck me.
Diplo, fuck me. Spicy skinny Marg.
Yeah.
Spicy skinny.
I think that social media manager is I can't imagine that job and what you go through at all the levels too, at every level, from like doing it for the White House to doing it for fucking Unilever, for doing it for Aimé Leon Dore. It's still it's a nightmare job no matter where you do it.
And you get no respect across the board wherever you're a social media manager at.
No, you get no respect. You get no time off. Everybody wants a piece of you. I was running the Cuts Instagram in 2016. So that was like when New York Magazine was breaking the Weinstein story and Trump. And Haley and Justin getting engaged.
God, what a great time. What a great time. Moment of silence.
Really
Moment of
special.
silence for that. Moment of silence.
Yeah.
Keep your head up, Harvey.
Mess. But I'm sure it's become more systemized since then. Like at that point, random people could come up to you during the day in the office and be like, can you post this for me? And I'm sure people have like a much more strategic way of posting now when also newsrooms have teams of
they do it.
like 15, 20 people now, and it's not just one girl writing out a caption on a phone.
Or guy.
But yeah, that's a brutal job. And people will come at you in the comments and
What's the salary looking like though? Mid?
You can I mean, social media teams, you're probably getting the budget for those salaries are coming out of the marketing budget. It's not always like the editorial team. So you get
Yeah. So it's a little better money, and then you just have to be on Slack 24 hours a day.
Until you die, yeah.
How many Slacks are you in?
0. I don't use Slack.
Hell yeah, gang shit. Okay, I'm impressed by that.
Yeah.
Are you on Blue Sky?
No, but I did get a message this week that I should try it out because people are seeing really great conversion rates.
Tell all those nerds to suck it, because we ain't going on Blue Sky.
Yeah,
you already have a newsletter. You can't push it that far.
I will die on Twitter. I'm not leaving that place.
See, this is good to hear from a young person who's on the front lines of this, that you're like, I'm all set, Chief. Like, I don't need that.
Yeah, it's too much. It's like, I feel like I've figured out how to do this newsletter and that's like working for me. And I don't really need Twitter or Instagram. Like, I don't even really post that much on Instagram for my newsletter. But
well, the fact that you didn't post a picture of you and your man with your hand in front of your face like this today is a testament to the fact that you're not using it that much.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
He's quite private, so he's gonna love this.
It's so hot when a guy doesn't have social media. Am I right, Jason?
Yeah. We actually does your fiance know how to do the Apple dance? We were just talking about it on the intro.
No, wait, what happened? So George was doing it, and Charlie was like, "I didn't realize it was him" or something.
Well, no, they I guess they pick someone out at every show to do it, and they put it on the screens, and they picked him, and she can't see the screen. So she doesn't ever know who's doing it. But I said in the intro, it really warmed my heart. But I just, it was nice to see. And he didn't do a bad job.
That's cute. Yeah, I don't know any of the dances. I think I tried to do one once, and I like watching the video was I'm impressed. Those people look really good when they do it.
I know. I think I could actually, for some reason, Jason, I feel confident that I could do the Apple dance if I put my mind to it.
Do you like dancing, Chris?
No, men shouldn't dance under any circumstance. George is allowed because he's a professional musician, and his fiance is also a professional musician, so they have to do it. I think men look stupid dancing unless they're professionals, or at least not white.
But I like that he's not a dancer type, just like us, Chris. But then he edged it for so long.
Yeah.
For, countless tour dates saying, no, I'm not going to do it. And then when we're back home in London at the big sold out show at the hometown, busted out, perfect timing. It's as good as a proposal, if you ask me.
They must have let him smoke inside to get his confidence up at the O2. I don't. There's no.
Yeah,
other
and
way.
also I just got my wedding invitation to their wedding. It's a great one. It'll be in Sicily next year.
It's a really nice invitation.
Emily, where do you want to get married? Destinazione? You gonna go to some Long Island place?
I think
some clam shack.
No, probably somewhere in the city. Probably somewhere in New York.
Oh, you want to make this as expensive as possible. I like where your head's at.
Figure it out.
Like I'm thinking Central Park and then the grill, maybe. I don't know. Like,
no,
what do you guys think?
I like kind of half mentioned the grill, and somebody on Thanksgiving was like, "You married the wrong person. You should have married like a Dubai billionaire if you were going to do that."
I wonder if it's actually that. I wonder how expensive it actually is.
You know what? They're always doing, like last time I was at the grill, they were doing some event for a law firm, and
exactly.
I feel like they're doing those kinds of things every night, though. Like, so I don't know.
but for a whole buyout.
Yeah,
but they've got I've been there during a wedding. They just do it in the background. I don't think it's that cray.
It's also a bad restaurant, and I stand on that. It's costs way too much. The food is mid. People only go there because it's pretty. The only reason anyone goes there is
Jason, what do you think?
I mean, this is a guy who likes the food at Sunset Tower. I think the food at the grill, it's not the best in New York, but I think it's solid and enjoyable, and I always enjoy my meal there.
And you know what it is? It's dinner and a show. You got a little song and dance when you order it. They tell you the history of the crank with the duck, and they light things
You know
on
exactly
fire.
what I don't. Exactly what I don't want is that. I don't want any
But
explanations.
you want
I
to
don't.
go to corner store.
I'm going to corner store tonight, actually, and
That's
yeah,
dinner and a show.
but that's funny. The grill takes themselves seriously. It's a very different thing.
What happens at corner store? What happens at corner store? That's theater, Chris.
I don't know. I haven't been yet.
They have a sour cream and onion martini.
God.
Well, that doesn't appeal to me, but pretty funny. Next.
I would give it a sip.
Okay, well, this is something I've been thinking about because I think for a few years in New York, the past few years, it's been very like wine bar, food that's assembled with tweezers.
Don't talk about Bar Secco like that. That's in LA. You don't have to throw shade.
And now there's this pivot to corner store and these club restaurants because nobody's eating because everybody's on Ozempic. So they really just want vibes. They want like a big, beautiful dinner and a show.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Right.
So thank God the
Yeah.
world has come around.
I need a place where I could take photos in front of to show that I'm at a cool place, but I'm
It's
not
funny
going
you
to
guys
eat
are-
the tomahawk steak for two.
Right.
It's funny that you guys are saying this because the most photographed restaurant in New York is the Grill. People go there to take a picture in front of the Warhols. That's 100% part of the appeal of the restaurant.
That is true.
Yeah. So now, people are trying to recreate the grill and the Polo Bar downtown. I just went to this new place, Crane Club, that's owned by the Tao Group.
Let's go. You're talking, see, they're getting into Jason and I's heyday a little bit, so this is getting us excited.
I was actually just writing something about this, about the fact that nightclub groups are owning and buying all the restaurant real estate and properties is creating a disposable restaurant cycle, the way that they treat nightclubs.
Yeah. I mean, and then there's like the members club of it all. Like nobody really wants to eat. They just want to be in like rooms with beautiful, rich people.
Yeah.
That exactly right. I mean, I have to eat. You know what I mean?
If I need to eat, I'll do it at a different time.
Yeah, I'll do it at home.
I'll do that on my own time. Dinner at a restaurant? No.
I mean, that's honestly, that's the best way to eat. I love going to a dinner at a fancy restaurant full of hot people, getting wasted, and then going home and eating pizza or a burrito in silence, in peace, like a dignified person.
Yeah, you eat before dinner and then you go to dinner.
I wonder. I think the
It's like sex.
I think
you got to do it before dinner.
I think the Ozempic stuff is all a little overstated. I think this whole thing about how it's affecting this and affecting that, I think some of it's true, but I think people really want it to be more true.
I think that like the friends that I know that own restaurants, like their numbers of food and alcohol orders have gone. Like people are just eating and drinking
But
less.
there's other factors that people,
like the economy.
yeah. I mean, the economy's not actually bad, but people think it is. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Maybe they're reacting accordingly. I just think in New York and LA, sure, people are on Ozempic. I think anywhere else, that's probably not quite as true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But I'm saying, I just mean like I don't think it's affecting the world as much as people think it's affecting the world. I think it's affecting New York and LA.
Yeah, I think that's right. I can't talk about the restaurant scenes in cities other than New York. I can barely talk.
No, but
about
I don't mean restaurant. I mean people. There's been like these stories about it being like it's gonna change the way groceries are. Like all that kind of shit.
Oh yeah. Like the GLP-1 friendly chips and stuff. Yeah.
I don't think that. I think that is overstated. I think like restaurants in New York. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
I agree with you. I think it's like I think you're right.
So skinny is back, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we know this. Like we know this.
Hey, for some of us, it never left. But
yeah,
it's
right.
A return to the glory days is, it's welcome.
So do you enjoy your time being spent at the new wave, the third wave of club restaurants?
So I live very far.
Yeah,
I
you
live
do.
very far from club restaurants. I live in a neighborhood that I doubt either of you have really spent much time in, which is at the bottom of Prospect Park. So if I plan to go to the city, I have to allocate like an hour to get there. And I live far. And if there's traffic, forget about it. That the city isn't really investing in trains.
Okay, don't come for the city because you chose to live in Long Island. That's on you.
Can you get to the airport quick though?
Is there any benefit to this besides being surrounded by white people with dogs?
I live in a very Italian neighborhood.
Okay.
Sorry, he said white passing. He meant white
I'm
passing.
surrounded by great Italians. I don't know what you
Just
mean.
me and the nonas.
I've lived in my apartment for 6 years, so it's just like I'm there now. Like the stakes are in the ground.
Sure, you like it. I understand.
So,
So for you to make it to meat packing, we're looking at an hour and 15.
but it's happening more and more. Like my life has changed in a way where I go to Manhattan more. So I'm like now I'm starting to open Zillow while I'm stuck on the train. I'm like I need to fix this immediately.
You're saying you're a woman who looks at Zillow? This is groundbreaking.
If you're gonna write about it, you have to experience it yourself.
I know, crazy. But
Which club restaurant did you just go to?
I went to Crane Club.
Okay, but you went to another one that you wrote about with the what was it called, Chris? That you went to?
Chez Margot.
Chez Margot, the best night of my life.
I haven't been yet, but they keep emailing me to come, I'm like, this is breaking the wall of members.
No,
club.
it's sick, especially if you do coke. It's really sick.
Okay, this is a very interesting point because a lot of people I know who have gone have asterisked it and said, but it's very druggy.
Yeah, because that's what clubs should be. That's what's cool about clubs is if they're dark and you do drugs in them and you could smoke.
A club that's not druggy is fucking a daycare center.
Yeah, that's a restaurant.
Would you consider like San Vicente Bungalows druggy or just like touching on a new?
No, San Vicente Bungalows is the opposite because it's LA, which is a little different, and it's like you're outside is kind of nothing makes me want to do coke less than sitting outside.
Right.
You know, that doesn't really feel like that.
Whereas I don't mind coke al fresco because of the smoking part, but I would say that like Chateau was a little more druggy, if any.
Yeah.
Just because it has such a rich history of partying and drug abuse there. But
do you think that they allow drugs?
I think everywhere allows
they'll look the other way depending on who it is.
To an extent. I mean, I smoked a cigarette inside of Chez Margot and everybody else was and no one cared.
This is intel.
I'm sure they're supposed to tell you to put it out, which if we wouldn't have been at like a private birthday party, they probably would have.
I smoked a cig at En Brasserie, but it was their last day, so it didn't really matter.
They said,
and
fuck it.
Once Dave Chappelle does it, I was like, I could do that too.
Did you hear that Sofia Coppola was buying the plates from them at that party?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. The story I heard about that whole thing is that she just like ignored the lease renewal until it was like too late, basically. And it's just like, that's on you, bro. I don't know what to say. Like that's on you. And that's a great restaurant. We used to go there all the time. Like I used to go there all the time. It's beautiful. But
she'll
now it's
open
going to
a
be
new concept.
Who is it? Fun. No. Is it Jean George took it or no? One of the other. Daniel Hum, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Danielle. It was one of them.
Daniel Hum is taking it over.
Classic space.
Have you been to the Clementine bar?
No, but I heard it's beautiful.
Now that I do want to go to.
Yeah.
That I do want to go to.
Yeah.
It's at 11 Madison Park, Jason.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, there's so much to do, y'all.
They offer some vegan vittles on the menu, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think all the cocktails are supposed to be very inspired by different vegetables or something.
I'm out. Yeah. Never mind. Hold on. Well, I'll go there to look at it. I'm just going to have a carrot martini tonight. It's heirloom.
Yeah, they'll probably have a carrot martini at a corner store tonight.
I don't know what Crane Club is. I'd never heard of that until you started talking about it.
Okay, it's in the old Del Posto location, that massive building on 10th Avenue. It was like exactly what you'd expect. I that location I think is a little cursed. It's just so big. It's really big.
Yeah, it's huge. Mm-hmm. Pause. The Chez Margot is also huge.
Pause.
It feels like because you're like kind of under, you feel like you're subterranean, so it goes on forever.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see people like once they open San Vicente Bungalows and the 22, they're like opening a few more clubs. If people start to become members of multiple clubs.
There's too many clubs. Mm-hmm. It's not London. This is not our
Emily,
culture.
Do you think there's a way that a private members club could actually work and maintain its coolness and not be eventually kind of ruined from the inside out?
I think there's two things that I'm not seeing enough of that are sort of baked into the history of members clubs, which is the gym and athletic features. Like that's such a great feature. And besides just restaurant to have people join, if you have a really great gym.
Couldn't agree more, Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like what New York Athletic Club has and all those uptown ones, the university ones.
Get a deal done on the squash court.
Yeah. It encourages part two, which is the daytime features of working there, which are really, I think that's like a cool way to get more members and just to get more use of the space. But then I guess you need more staff.
Yeah.
But I would like to see more of that from some of these places. Like Chez Margot is just nighttime.
Mhm.
Right. But there, like, we went to, when we interviewed Paul Smith, Chris, that was at one of the Soho House kind of like
Holloway
daytime
House.
workspaces.
It's-
Holloway House.
It was bumping.
And it kind of feels like you're just in the Delta Lounge at the airport. It's just 100 people with backpacks and laptops doing their fake job.
That's what everywhere feels like, though. I mean, at least it's nicer than being at a fucking like at a. I famously will not use my laptop in public if at all possible. I think it's embarrassing, but that is what
I'm hard as a
everyone.
rock hearing that.
That's what everyone wants to do. They want to get out of their house and go sit somewhere. At least if you make them pay for it, it's one more level of garbage that you've avoided. It's not like you're going to Coffee Bean.
It's also like, I'm sure when you were at Chez Margot, you saw people there that you knew that weren't with your party. Like that's the other thing, you
I did,
see
actually.
the same people over and over and over. You lose the spontaneity of sitting,
Mhm.
sort of separating the rich from the rest of us.
I want to be separated, but then every once in a while, I slide through the cracks like a damn salamander. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
I'm a little snake.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing I hate about all the members clubs is people can just essentially buy their way into areas that they should not have access to. And it's so hard to create a system that used to exist where there was a door and one human being who would say, you are not allowed in, you are, and it's not based on how much money you have.
Yeah.
And until we figure that out, I don't really see the point. It's just going to be dorks paying.
Yeah, we'll see.
Summit.
We'll see who makes it.
Yeah.
There's also something to just working in a hotel lobby. Like I worked you're not going to like this because I had my laptop in public, but I went to the Bowery and I worked there for a few hours and, I saw some characters come through.
Yeah,
like,
that's way cooler. I completely agree. That's still the coolest place in New York for my money.
totally. Yeah.
I mean, and but like Jason said, that's more of like you can go there, you can't. Like, there's not really I can pay a yearly membership or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Except there's always somebody with a fucking dog in there.
That's so true. And I don't ever want to see it with like the full lights on. Like I feel like there's like sticky.
Like how a bar smells when it's not open in the daytime. You're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Fabuloso.
Velvet
Yeah, I love
holds smoke and
Right.
memories in that place in a very
Velvet
specific way.
Yeah.
Velvet famously holds memories.
Velvet
That is
holds-
true.
If this Velvet could talk, it would say, call 911, please. Well,
Yeah.
I want to talk about something more important. I think the last time you were on, we were discussing milk.
Mm-hmm.
And you have spoken about milks, whole milk taking over alternative milks, the rise and the fall and all that stuff. What do you think about raw milk becoming a right-wing signifier now, moving on from the upstate liberal lesbian creamery vibes, and now it's being adopted by
So
CrossFit right-wingers?
do you drink
Creamery vibes.
do you drink raw milk?
Not all the time, but I have for sure. But it's not something that I buy on a normal basis.
Okay, well that brand that they have at Erewhon, they found bird flu in it last week.
Thank God I'm not a bird. You know what I mean?
What is it? What is it?
Or else I'd be
1999?
sick.
Bird flu still exists?
I know.
What the fuck?
I think and I was thinking about it this morning, like the RFK stuff. He's so gross, I think. But
Hey, chill. Not on this podcast. We're not going to talk about our health minister.
But
Look at his body.
He's Mr. Raw Milk, right? And like, sure, there might be some benefits of it.
Could you do the voice, please, Emily?
The RFK voice. I can't
either.
I can't.
Okay.
So you're saying like the move away from like the milkmaid, like churning the butter and it being like a symbol for all, right?
No, I guess just moving, I would say maybe in the last 2 years, it went from being like a thing that you have to get from like a farmer's market in a blue state.
Yeah, like a handoff from like an Amish guy. Yeah.
Right. From, somebody who knits quilts for a living procured this for me and I exchange it in a Subaru at a farmer's market in a blue state. And now it's like Republican fuel to defeat the lib pussies.
Yeah. So there's this guy at the Union Square farmer's market who sold raw milk and he got kicked out he got kicked out because I don't think he was like following. Well, you can't do that. And I looked him up, and he's like an Amish guy from Pennsylvania, and he also has a puppy mill. And I'm just like, come on, like.
I thought you were gonna say he was just a Trump supporter. A puppy mill I can live with. Puppy mill I can live with.
No, you don't want that. You don't want that.
It's bad, but this guy's got to diversify if they're gonna ban raw milk.
Ugh, it's bad. Yeah, I guess you're right.
What is he supposed to do?
You can always sell a dog in America. But as far as it being like this new thing, I don't know, man. Like,
are you anti-raw?
Yeah, I don't want to get sick.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
Jason is made of. Jason gets sick when he's feeling tired and ornery. He doesn't get sick from ingesting anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only
Stomach
as
of
good.
steel.
I mean, I would say your raw milk is only as good as the cow that it's coming from, and if it's a big thing that people want to get into, you have to just find a reputable source that doesn't have bird flu all up in it. You know what I mean?
I know.
But I don't know. I'm fine drinking regular high quality milk that has been pasteurized, even though pasteurizing does kill a lot of bad stuff. I mean, a lot of good stuff along with the bad.
Yeah.
What other, apparently the Barber jacket has also become a right-wing dog whistle, which is very unfortunate for me.
But only a certain one.
The classic one. I actually don't wear that one, but the most classic one is now.
Not like a quilted kind of nylon.
No, the
yellow
regular one, the
hunting jacket
green
thing.
Bedell.
The green kind of waxy olive colored one.
I feel like 90s Wall Street guys who were Republicans were wearing the Barber jacket. Like, there are just certain things that like conservative men.
I know, but the problem is I think I wear all of those, is what I'm trying to tell you. That's the issue I'm having, is that I think that all of those
well,
things,
you are conservative passing, Chris, and
I look
these
like
are
a
the
cop.
decisions that we have to make in our lives.
I know.
But so we have the Barber jacket, which kind of, even though it's like a classic Republican finance bro look, it also is sort of rooted in like 70s mod culture, like the British overcoat, as well as the Fred Perry.
Bernie Sanders.
We don't talk
Bernie
about Bernie
Sanders
Sanders
verse.
on this podcast.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, it reminds me of when Chris and I were dressing like mod guys, like Quadrophenia, Vespa scooters, and then also Fred Perry shirts is another right wing. So those are two things, both in the same zone, that not neo-Nazis and Nazis don't not wear. So I think that's why it's like a dog whistle. It's because like it kind of looks like Nazi clothes.
So what are you gonna do?
Oh, I don't wear Fred Perry black with yellow or
I don't.
Barber
but I wore these
trench
these are
coats.
things that we wore when we were kids because they were cool and like punk and British, and then those somehow became something totally different into a decade.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you guys think that there are any great new menswear writers?
Menswear writers.
Menswear writers.
There's nothing I'd rather read about less than menswear.
Because I noticed that like 3 of the bigger women's wear shopping newsletter people. So Laura Riley, who writes magazine hired a menswear writer, and a few other ones have started bringing on menswear writers to, I think, widen their audiences.
Oh, you mean to re-engineer the magazine? Yeah, I have seen this. I have seen this.
Yeah.
To amplify male
it's
voices
interesting.
in the fashion space.
That's what thank God somebody's doing it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, guys are okay with liking clothes now. It's a cultural revolution of dudes taking the train to fucking Vin Space in Fort Greene and spending $5,000 of their creative director's salary.
But men should never read about fashion. Men should never read about fashion, though.
Honestly, Jason, you're kind of right. Like, you're kind of right.
You should just look at the way people dress and then form your own outfits from that.
I read stuff
Don't
if
read
it's
about
more. I like the personality of the designer type. You know what I mean? Like a long form with like when Will Welch talked to Tom Ford, or Jay Gallagher just wrote about Kiko and he talked about Kiko. That's interesting. But I don't like reading about like trends is extremely female coded.
Yeah, you don't like the affiliate links. You don't like.
No, I like it because it makes publications money, and so they still exist. So everyone doesn't have to have a newsletter. That's good for you too.
Okay.
But I think that affiliate I just don't know why people get so upset about affiliate. It's fine. Who cares? Like I don't. That's not offensive to me.
It actually Amelia Petrarca did a really good write up about like what affiliate links are yesterday. I thought it was great. It was like a really nice Black Friday take, and then she was like, "See you next week with my affiliate links." And
Yeah,
my
I
gift
don't
guide.
understand.
Can you summarize her take?
It wasn't a take. It was just like,
This is how it works.
This is this is the history of affiliate links. Like this is the history of how they were developed. This is how you see them. Like these are some of the systems like ShopMy and like to know whatever that use them. Yeah, it was like a great newsletter to send on Black Friday.
But it does have like a negative connotation, which is like something I just don't understand. Like if the whole idea is that you're recommending something to me, and that is a service you're providing, and I'm often not paying for it, then you can get a little kickback on the fucking La Mer boots. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like those areas of the New York Times, Wirecutter, and the strategists at New York Magazine, like it's a big reason their businesses are able to operate the way they do. They make so much money from those areas of the business, and they have great writers writing for them.
Thank you. It's normie shit is what it is. And I mean, honestly, the strategist readers are some of the biggest mouth-breathing dorks I've ever encountered in my life, and I hate them, but they do actively comment on all of my stories negatively, which does keep the engagement high. So I will accept that. But
interesting.
Well, I personally get a little ick when I click a link and then you see the little redirection in the URL where you can see that they're getting their little kickback. I guess like people want to be lied to a little bit, or just don't show me how the sausage is made. I want to separate church and state, editorial and commercial, you know what I mean? And when they combine the two, I just feel like this whole thing is empty and useless because it was all about money in the first place.
I think recommendation culture, which like we don't need to talk about because everybody's talked about it so much, but people just don't want to feel like they're being incentivized. People don't want to feel like the recommender is being incentivized to push a product, and that they're able to recommend something just based on taste. But I think like we're just going to see more and more of this.
But what I'm saying is, though, I think that the affiliate link thing has become so big that you can't even do that anymore. Like you can recommend anything you want almost, unless it's like eBay and it falls under. So it's not. There's no taste involved. Like there's no taste shifting. It's just like anything you want.
And I also hate it when you're listening to somebody and they're like, I just love this water bottle. By the way, this is not an ad. They're not paying me for it. Like I totally like it.
That.
And it's because they want to show that like, hey, this is actually a real authentic recommendation. It's something that I actually like, and I'm so happy to share it that I don't care that I'm not being paid. And then to me, that just takes out all the legitimacy from any of your recommendations that are being paid, where it's just like, so I don't know.
We got to keep them guessing.
I should only trust when you're not being paid.
Keep them guessing. Yeah, I'll never say if it's paid or if it's not paid. If the FCC wants to come for me, they can. But we got to keep it.
Better way to do it.
We got to just keep them guessing. Yeah. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. But people do get really upset about it. It's funny. Like you can see it because also people have to. Whoever's using the affiliate links is always having to like post a caveat about why they're doing it. They have to like explain themselves, and it's like we all know why you're doing it. It's to make money on the thing that you do. It's okay, but people do get very upset. People get very upset.
Yeah.
No, but menswear. I mean, like guys buying clothes is cool now. I talk about it all the time. Like a 14-year-old boy doesn't want to go to the skate shop or the record store. He wants his mom to take him to Gucci to get sweatshirt. It's fucked. It's very, very fucked. It's very fucked. But the business of it and the personalities is very interesting, which is where writing shines, I think. Beyond the recommendation and like shopping stuff is completely different to me than like writing about like the actual business or the clothes or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
Or the reason Lauren's been so successful is because it's like gossipy and fun. You know, it's not super. I mean, same thing you do. It's not like super serious. It's like pretty fun and you can put whatever in there and it kind of falls under the umbrella and it's fine.
Right.
Yeah. Just make it entertaining.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget to do that when they're writing about fashion.
That's people really forget to do that every day in their lives about all kinds of stuff. It's a real problem.
I guess speaking of recommendations and algorithms and things like that, since you write about all these things so much, have you noticed your algorithm and what's being served to you on social media change now that you do this for a living? And is it good or bad?
I mean, I've been doing like this for a living for my whole for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
I've been working in magazines and social media and like venture-backed startups.
Okay, well, I guess easier question: what is your algorithm serving you right now?
when I go on TikTok, it's the West Village girlies. It's like the blonde girls who all go wear the same things, go to the same workout classes, eat at the same restaurants. And
Hot.
I actually don't mind it because I'm fascinated by that subculture of just clones, like the same outfits, the same workouts, the same lips and eyes and everything.
I would like to ask a few questions about the outfits. What is the workout brand du jour for this West Village girly? Is it Aloe or is it something, a third thing?
I think
I don't
like
even.
Gymshark or something is a hot one.
Not
right now.
Gymshark. Oh,
I think that's a hot one, but Aloe is definitely
Gymshark British.
Aloe is really big. Like over the summer, they were all wearing the little onesies, which were like the little like
Yeah.
the shorts and the tank top are attached.
You got to have a bod for that. That's the thing.
Yeah, you gotta have a bod.
That ain't for everybody.
And they're wearing the Hokas. When Aloe just launched the sneakers, a lot of them are wearing the Aloe sneakers now, which is
Wow, that's one of the most cooked things on earth.
yeah. And then they all go to New York Pilates, which is not a great workout.
Damn, shots fired.
It's not the best
Pilates
workout.
in general or New York Pilates?
No, I think
specifically?
Pilates is an awesome workout, but I think some of these I want the instructors hands on me and adjusting me and
Yeah, I'm with you.
fixing me. Because in some of those classes they just kind of walk around and
Yeah, try
It's
doing
dark.
solid core in Decatur. The bitch is reading. It looks like she's reading off her phone.
yeah, that's not. And then they're all very into hair extensions now. Like even if they have hair that looks like mine, they want more of it. And then
We're
they
back.
all curl it the same way.
Okay.
And I would love to make a documentary about some of those women, but they don't answer me.
I'm trying to see what the downside is to this whole thing because it sounds like they're just like hot, fit chicks with jobs. Is that kind of the vibe?
Yeah, I don't think there's a downside.
Well, and I guess another thing is these people are all customers.
yeah.
So I think it's beneficial to study their movements and patterns.
Yeah, like I've started listening to a lot of these girls' podcasts and like the Barstool podcast.
Hold on. They have podcasts. Now I'm upset.
Yeah. A lot of them have
You're not supposed to talk.
podcasts.
That's when you start messing up your money. You don't talk.
And they give life advice and dating advice and they talk
But are
about
they just-
hangovers.
Are
and
they just rich to begin with?
I don't think all of them are. I think some of them, are like in 150K year marketing jobs.
Yeah.
They're just doing their thing.
What would you call this group of people?
The West Village girlies.
That's the official name, Jason. This is a known kind of trend.
Okay.
You've heard of this, right?
I've heard. Well, wasn't there a New York Times story about like the woman who manages them all?
Yes. Shayna or something.
I didn't read that because I'm only so brain dead, but it is interesting that is a career.
I was just hoping there was like a Zinternet style, cool, fun word to describe this certain group of people versus just girls that live in West Village.
No, it's the West Village girlies.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly. So yeah, that's a lot of my TikTok feed. My Instagram, it's mostly my friends. And then Twitter, I just realized you can toggle between following and suggested.
Welcome to the good life, baby.
Never follow your followers.
Followers
So
suck.
I did because my fiance saw my feed and he was like, "This is trash. Like this is so visual. Like this is crazy. Like you should go to just following." And I was like, "Nah, that's so boring. Like
No.
I'm staying on
Oh.
the crazy AI."
I would maybe rethink this engagement based on that opinion alone. I don't know if you're going to make it. If that's an issue at home.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah, we talk about all the time. The For You page is the best thing that's ever happened, and it's like once you realize that, it unlocks a whole new side of the platform.
Yeah, I like all the food videos. I like the Long Island girls pranking their moms.
I'm not familiar with that. So you're saying your friends from high school are pranking their moms?
No, it's like the people in those.
What's the best way to prank a Long Island mom?
Yeah.
There's one where they're like scrolling on they're all sitting in their big like sort of mega mansion living room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say
The kitchen island is crazy.
like mom,
I'm dating a black guy. And then they're like,
no, like who does the Christmas album in Starbucks?
Nora Jones?
Our
No,
queen.
the guy.
Michael Bublé.
They'll be like, Mom, Michael Bublé isn't releasing or like is canceling all the Christmas music in Starbucks. And the mom will be like, what are you talking about? Like, you're kidding me. Like something like that.
That's the joke?
Yeah, like that's, and the mom like freaks out.
I mean, that's pretty funny in theory, but that is also the bar is on the floor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it is funny to see what activates a mom.
Asking though, why is that Long Island specific? It's just because that's where it's being created.
Just see, there's a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a type.
There's a kitchen style. There's a kitchen style. There's the Long Island accent is often.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That will give it away. I just didn't know if there was a particular flair to this that gave it a Long Island twist.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That algorithm sounds a lot better than mine. I got chiropractor videos, I got influencer chicks, and I got dudes working out. That's all I got.
I need to start working out.
Okay, so you don't work out.
No, not much. I walk around the park.
No.
So you don't work out at all, but you have a lot of thoughts about Pilates. Very interesting.
Very.
I go to Pilates like once a week, but I think there's more to be done.
Yeah.
For this, you got to start shedding for the wedding. We need to get in we need to start lifting
Shedding
weights.
for the wedding.
We need to start lifting weights. This ain't a game.
I know.
Hopefully this is the only time you do this.
I know. There's a lot
Until
to
we
do.
can squeeze into that Gymshark onesie, the battle is not over.
I just joined the YMCA. And
okay, bad start. I know you're doing pretty well with all these paid subscribers. Let's go ahead and start at Equinox and go up from there.
Where would you like me to go?
You don't strike me as an NPR YMCA crunch.
It's next to my house, though.
Is it inspiring, though? That's the question. That's the problem with the YMCA.
In my own way, it is. It's very like hometown vibes, very comfortable. Like I can wear a big like Yankees World Series t-shirt and it's all good. So that is a comforting place to me.
Is it all good?
Yeah.
But so it's comforting, but you don't really go there too much.
No, I just joined.
Okay.
There's a track. There's an indoor
that's
track.
nice. And I love the YMCA. I used to be a member of the YMCA on Bowery for years and years, and it had a pool, which made it smell like chlorine, which sucks. But it had full court basketball. But it's not inspiring. When you go to an Equinox and you see all these hot type A feed me subscribers, that makes you want to do a couple extra crunches.
Yeah, but it is
to completion.
Scary. It's scary that some of those girls. I'm not built like that.
Wow, I'm very disappointed to hear this. I really thought you were built like that based on your Grussel outlook.
Do you mean mentally or physically?
Both. I have some work to do.
Okay.
Also, Equinox is really far from my house. So once again,
that's
I do
a problem.
live in the suburbs of South Brooklyn.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, look, once you move over here to this island, we'll get you at Bond Street. You're going to run into all kinds of people that know you from Substack. They're going to ask you for a discount. They're going to talk to you about their fraternity, sorority, their alma mater. That's kind of that I imagine is who you want to be around. But I'm glad to be proven wrong.
It's good to have some humble areas of my life.
I love being humbled. Personally, I love being humbled. But
Speaking of,
no, go ahead.
I don't think that you need this at all, Emily. But have you considered Ozempic or anything like that?
No, I tried to fill out the thing on hers to get it, and I tried to lie my way through it, and then it still was only like, try therapy, like something else. I don't know.
Oh, really?
It didn't say that. I think it suggested like a vitamin D pill, like some pill. And I was like, no, I wanted to see if you can lie your way through hers to get it. I wasn't gonna do it. I was just curious.
I didn't know hers, which is the female hymns for the and obviously they're ignoring the non-binary, but whatever. They
still waiting on thems.
Thems.
Yeah, thems would be great. It's even more catchy. But you can
get
Ozempic. You can get Ozempic, etc. from hers.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So how do you fail a test that you can lie on? Can't you just write, I'm a fat bitch, and then boom, here you go? Or do you have to upload pics?
No. I think it's something.
Show me your
Are they like,
bitch.
we found your IG and you do not need this?
I think it's
and then
something.
you're like,
I think it's something with the New York State thing. Also, I know a lot of thin women who still get Ozempic, so it's not.
Yeah, that's because they go to a cool doctor.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I have a cool gay doctor that gives me whatever I want if I ask for it.
In New York?
You just ask. No, he's in LA, but if you pay enough, you can get whatever you want anytime. Luckily, he doesn't give me OxyContin or anything cool, but I feel like I could ask at least, you know? I can text.
Just two guys in a room. What do you want? I don't know. What do you got?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I'm sorry that you failed the test you could lie on. I mean, that's that had to kind of hit below the belt.
They gave me a story and I wrote about it.
I'd be like, you know what? Hers, I don't need Ozempic. I will go to therapy and take vitamin D.
Yeah, nothing says weight loss like therapy and vitamin D. That really sounds right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to switch to an alternative cereal.
Do you guys go to therapy?
Yeah.
I have. I don't now.
I did it yesterday,
That's so good.
right? Does your fiance go to therapy?
Yeah.
He's Jewish, Jason.
Oh, okay.
He's
okay.
Jewish.
Sorry, I meant analysis.
Yeah.
Okay, final question, most importantly, what do we think about Jacob Elordi's beard? Yeah or no?
Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot.
Let's go. Because I haven't shaved in a while, and I was like, wow, this is crazy that Jacob Elordi is copying me. But it must have been for a role. I haven't seen him in a while. So
most people disagree. I've seen that most people
you don't say they
prefer him sans beard, but you are
No,
in the
I think
minority.
it's sexy. Also, Jason, speaking of your beard, I think you recently suggested a shaver in one of your suggestion guides. Is that true?
A hair clipper on my it was one of the you can't live without it strategist thingies. Yeah,
My fiance bought it from that guide.
Huh.
my man.
Affiliate links work.
Little
links
affiliate
work.
cha-ching.
Yeah,
We don't.
everyone gets a taste but me.
We don't get a taste of that at all. I've made the strategist thousands of dollars.
Well, if you started writing on Substack again, Jason, that could be going right to your pocket.
I would never affiliate on Substack. I have been writing a lot though, Emily.
I'm excited. I loved your newsletter. I loved it.
Don't start promoting Substack on here. You know we're against it.
Yeah.
Watch any space but my Substack.
Yeah.
Well, Emily, congrats on the 2-year anniversary.
Thank you.
I like the snake eating itself logo.
Thank you.
Levels to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a blast to design. It was really fun.
Well, I guess that's it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll see you.
I'll see you soon. And thanks for having me at that dinner with all the other nerds. I had a good time.
That was fun.
I
You
had
guys
a
have
good
both
time.
come to my dinners. They're fun dinners.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I honestly, I had a good time. I really did.
They're more drunken than I thought they were going to be, thank God.
They're good. We drank.
There are a couple founders that I've been shaking since then where they want to connect with me in Q1 and I haven't figured out a way to let them down yet.
Why do founders want to connect with us so bad? We have nothing for them. We got nothing to connect on, Chief.
You guys are thought leaders. You're
I might be a thought leader, but I don't know how that applies to your fucking startup towel brand or whatever it is. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how it feels to everything.
What do you
but-
think you and I are going to do in Venice Beach, bro?
All right.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, well, thank you, Emily.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.